Good afternoon, fans, and welcome inside the Sports Center of Connecticut in Shelton, Connecticut. It's Post University Women's Ice Hockey back in action, starting off nice and early here in the fall season. September, end of the month. It's raining outside, it's chilly inside, and we're ready for some hockey here. The Eagles coming into this game 0-2. They played against Mercyhurst last week in a pair of games that lost 5-0 and 2-0. However, that was a big difference from a year before when they had lost 13-0 and 8-0. So making some strides forward in general, this Eagles program is, and they'll take on a Syracuse team that they lost to twice last year on the road. We're set to drop the puck here, and we're underway as Cuse controls and heads into the offensive end right away, fighting for it on the side. The starters for your Eagles, Macy Peterson, Maddie Noonan, and Selena Makovitz. Angeline Pitter, Sajel Desai on defense, and Grace Glassrud in net for your Eagles. Mick Todd, Kate Holmes, Darcy Johal, Campbell Beacom, and Maya Darcy on the ice to start for Syracuse. And in net is Allie Kelly. You see a little bit of a rush there from the Eagles, who are making some switches. It's out in front. Nice save there by Kelly on the wraparound by number 12, Macy Peterson. Back the other way with it are the Orange. That's Tatum White with it. And now it's back behind the net and out past the neutral zone. Langfelds with it. The Eagles defense able to stop that rush into the zone. Again, these two teams played against each other last year. It's the second year for Gretchen Silverman, head coach of your Eagles. And they've got the same three goaltenders, a few newcomers, 8 or 9 to the squad as Thompson dumps it in. Knoll with the shot wide of Glassrud. Thompson gets it back. Eagles trying to control it, unable to. Marielle McHale with it, and then that one shot at the point by Langfeld, saved by Glassrud, and we'll get a face-off to the right side. Beat Thompson the circle against Ty Marie Grom. That one's fought for in the corner. Bunch of Eagles in orange. Your Eagles in white, the Syracuse Orange in orange. As a nice defensive stop there, but it's a turnover by the Eagles. Thompson shot wide. It was turned over there by Danny Ammons, the freshman from Centennial, Colorado, playing in her third career game. We'll have another face-off. So Glassrud up to the challenge in the first few attempts she had here. That was Holmes and Grom on it. Now back to the neutral zone they go with it. And here comes a rush for the Eagles, and it's going to be offsides. Couldn't quite see. I think that was Riley Patfield who might have been slightly offsides. So they whistle that puck dead as Hannah Luckman was coming fast into the zone on the odd man rush, looking to get something going for the Eagles. That was Giesbrecht for the Eagles on the faceoff. Cuse controlling it on the defensive side, and now that one's corralled over there by Holly Kubicek. Kubicek gets it back, knocks it deep into the zone, and chasing after it is Doherty, for the Orange. Back with it is Holmes. 3-on-1, Holmes into the zone, fires on Glassrud. She makes the save and covers. .26 remaining here in the first period. All knotted up at 0, but Cuse has had a few chances. Post has had some rushes into the zone, just unable to get a shot off yet, as that's won by the Eagles, but Cuse now controlling it, looking to get something going. Doherty there, passing into the zone to Tatum White. White, an alternate captain for the Orange. Now back behind the goal with it is Marley Webster, the freshman. Very young Post team looking to make their mark early in the season, as that one's in front. Trudeau not able to grab it. Back over to the Eagles with it is McKavakits. Back there to corral it is Allie Kelly, and the Orange looking to come the other way again. That one's deep in the zone, and it's not going to be icing. Icing wiped out. Glassroot signaled for it, but coming hard and fast into there was Sarah Thompson to wash it out. And now back the other way with it, just dumping it in, is Danny Ammons. As they'll get a bit of a shift change here for the Eagles. Brousseau down the right side, passes it across, and nobody there, but coming in for it is Heidi Knoll. Around the back is Tristan Curry. And now up with it is Julia Wysocki. Wysocki from her knees is able to just kind of flick that past the blue line. Tried to get something over to Devlin, but unable. Now back the other way comes Brousseau. Brousseau with two people in front of her. Saved by Glassroot. Eagles defense up to the task so far. But once again, a turnover, and the Orange going to look to get something going here, as that's Darcy over to the right side. Nobody there. Excuse me, the left. Now back the other way with it are the Eagles. Running after it is Beacom. Beacom's going to get it behind her net. Dump it off to Fiala. Orange through the neutral zone, flicking it across. Glassroot, nice save, and corrals loose. And now other way comes the Eagles. Devlin passes it ahead. And Patfield just unable to get in. Back around the goal is Kelly. Let's get it back in the hands of the Orange. This one going in deep and coming in hard for it is Trudeau. Trudeau's going to get to it with some speed ahead of Webster. And now here come the Orange again, setting up. Back behind the net with it is Trudeau, and then they get it back out. A little bit of a scrum in front for it. Nice slap at it there by number 21, Nia Ternovinen. And the Orange not able to get it to get behind Glassroot for the first goal of the game as we remain scoreless here. Trudeau chasing after it. Webster right on her. Over to get there is Patfield. Now the Eagles will control. Probably see a few get off the ice here. As Langfeld is able to block that one in front, they have to make sure they're behind the blue line, and now they do. Knoll inside. Dances around, the defender's looking to get a wraparound, not going to be able to. Knoll passes it out. A slap shot there by Thompson, and Glassroot with the save for the Eagles. So we get another face-off here to our left side of the screen. And with it is the Orange up at the blue line. That one's flicked in front by Fiala. And Glassroot with another save. 14:07 remaining in the first. It's still tied up at 0. Again, we mentioned the Eagles had two strong performances on the road against Mercyhurst. Again, they ended up being losses, 5-0 and 2-0, but you see how there was a little bit of a difference from the previous year in terms of those final scores. Can the Eagles get the offense going today and net their first goal of the year against Syracuse? They've had a few rushes in, as I've mentioned, but just not able to get anything, in front of Kelly. Trying to play keep away with it are the Eagles, and now just try and dump it out, and they do. That was Giesbrecht. That'll be an icing, so you can't make a change on an icing, so all 5 skaters will have to stay out there for the Eagles for this upcoming faceoff to the right side of Glassroot. That's Holmes on the faceoff for Syracuse. Can't quite see the number. Looks like Giesbrecht for the Eagles. As they drop the puck, and that one's going to be won by Post. Up against the glass with it, and now it looks like it's Giesbrecht. Nope, but Doherty is going to end up getting it, firing it wide at Glassroot, and now back behind the net with it is Johal. Johal swarmed by Eagles, who are able to knock it loose, and Eagles have played a lot of this time in the defensive zone, but have been very strong defensively as well so far. So far so good in terms of the defense, and we'll see if that can manufacture something on the other end of the ice as we continue play here. That's Desai with it. Desai up ahead to Mikavicus. Dumped in deep, and there it is. Hallett with it. Up against the glass, trying to get it to Brousseau. She's knocked down. A little bit of a scrum for it. It's dug out there by Macy Peterson. Peterson unable to do anything with it. She's being draped on by Hallett. Now coming in for it is Noonan. Mikavicus got it taken away, and now it's Brousseau the other way on the pass from Teranovnen. Now up against the glass it goes. Tervonen was draped all over by Sajal Desai. Now back on the defensive end with it is Darcy, and that one's taken away. It's Desai. She's going to fire wide. Nothing doing there for the Eagles still, but now you're starting to see their legs get into work here, and they're able to start manufacturing some stuff as here comes White the other way. Darcy White dancing in, goes around, and Glassrud with a nice save. She doesn't know where it is. They're poking away at it in front, and Glassrud covers up. Another nice save for Glassrud. Grace Glassrud only played in one game so far this year. She split time with Hannah Saunders, who played in game number 2 of the Mercyhurst series last week. Glassrud gave up 5 goals, but she also made 58 saves. Important stat to realize there, Mercyhurst had over 100 shots in total in the game. 63 of those went on net. As that one's dumped in, it's Wysocki over to it. All over her is Weiss. Post able to corral it. Devlin out to the point. And that pass in there by Ulendar, taken away by Cuse, and back the other way they go with Weiss. Weiss dancing inside the zone, and she tries to go around a few people, unable to. That's Knoll with it now. Shot there by Weiss, saved by Glassrud. Just about 9 minutes gone by here in the first period, and we're still scoreless. Face off to the right side, it'll be Holmes. It looks like that's Patfield. No, excuse me, that's Grom on the face-off. And digging it out are the Eagles. That's Luckman passing it into the zone to Patfield. Patfield unable to get to it as she is again taken down by the Syracuse defense. That was Fiala in there. Now Fiala is going to be the one to dig it out, and back the other way come the Orange again. Grom trying to skate with her. The defense up in front ready. That's Danny Ammons out there with Jody Rose. Pair of freshmen out there for your Eagles. That one looked like it went out of play, but it did not. Fiala now with it. And just trying to muster up any energy she can is Patfield. Likely need to get a line change there. She's been out there for a hot minute now. Here comes Syracuse as we got some tired legs out there for the Eagles, but they're going to be able to get a hold of that one, Desai is, and dump it out just far enough so the Eagles can get some fresh legs on the ice as Cuse coming hard and fast trying to get in the zone, but that one in the neutral zone is taken away by Gisbrecht, and now it's back on the defensive side. It looks like Kelly got a little twisted up there with one of the Eagles who was flying around the net. Now the other way with it, Thompson. She's bumped down by Gisbrecht. And now the other way come the Eagles. Once again, it's Gisbrecht into the zone. Fires, saved by Kelly. So there's your first shot on goal of the day for the Eagles. Again, they've been playing coming into today a couple of tough opponents against Mercyhurst, and now you're facing off against Syracuse Orange, another Division I team. Another Division I program, I should say, as Mercyhurst also identifies as a Division I program when it comes to hockey. Post University is in a Division I conference, but is identified as a D2 school in general. As we have a timeout here for both teams, we'll have a face-off on the offensive end for the Eagles. This will be their first offensive zone draw of the game, so we'll finally get to see something drawn up on the offensive end coming out of this little timeout just over the halfway point of the first period. We'll see what head coach Gretchen Silverman can draw up for her Eagles coming out of the break. A nice little breather, too, if you're the Eagles, who have really had to work against the Syracuse offense. Syracuse playing in their first game of the season. Eagles got underway last weekend. A lot of newcomers across the lines. They only have 23 players on the Eagles, so only one scratch in Brooke Larson today. As in there was Tervonen, and she was able to win that. Nice takeaway there by Noonan, but unable to do anything with it as into the zone comes Syracuse. White shot wide left of Glassroot, and she's going to get it back now against the wall. White passes it back out to the point. Holmes over to Beacom. Beacom fires. It's stopped in front and it goes out. Eagles corral it there with Patfield. Patfield passes it down, but it's going to be taken away by Darcy. Darcy just fires it into the zone. Fresh legs coming on for Syracuse. Eagles controlling behind the net. That's Van den Oud Etlar was the one who had it back there. Syracuse, though, gets it right back on the defensive end, and now here comes Jo Hall down the ice on the right side, looking for something in front of her defender, Noonan, and then that was fired towards the net. Stopped by Glasser. Nice block in front there on the shot by number 24, Doherty. It's a good block by Jody Rose. Eagles defense protecting Glassroot in front, and so far it's been paying dividends through the first about 11 and a half minutes here. Behind the net with it is Ammons. Ammons being hounded over there by number 24. That was Gabby Doherty. Cuse controls again. Nice break up there by number 10, Jet Devlin. Now here we go down the right side of the ice. Danny Ammons. Over to Rose, and Rose is just Rose with the takedown over there. Now Thompson has it. Cuse seems to be slowing things down a little bit more. That's 23, Marielle McHale. First time we've called her name out, but right back to the Eagles it goes as Tristan Curry tries to get that one out, but keeping it in was Langfelds. Back behind the net is it Noel Thompson, able to get it for Syracuse. Out to the point, Langfelds across the ice. Good defense there by Curry, is able to get that puck away from the offensive side of the puck on Syracuse. And now down the right side of the ice come the Eagles. That's Ammons, who's just plastered in the boards by White, it looked like. Now Langfelds in the back of the ice with it. Passes it up ahead. Tervonen with the shot. And now, Glassroot didn't know where it was. What a save across the ice for Glassroot. That was White looking to get the open side of the net going for Cuse to get him on the scoreboard, and Glassroot says, not today. Fiala now with it. Eagles swarming all over the ice to try and stop this Cuse rush as we got some tired legs out there now. That's White coming to the zone, trying to do something. Defense in front, Glassroot doesn't have to do much there as that shot was wide, but she was ready for it. Pitter now with it, Angeline Pitter, the junior from Calgary, Alberta. And that's Ty Marie Grawn now. Teslack now. And Cuse controlling once again. Holmes now. We get a change for the Eagles. Defense holding strong here. We're about 6 minutes away from the intermission. And if I'm head coach Gretchen Silverman, I'm very happy with what I've seen so far from my team defensively as Holmes now comes into the zone. That was number 19, Jo Hall with it. Glassroot, another nice save. Fiala tries to get to it, but again, the nice defense by the Eagles is able to keep them out of the zone. Glassroot once again can't find the puck, dives on it. Grace Glassroot has had all the answers so far for this Syracuse offense. With 5:55 remaining in the first period, we're still tied up at 0. Face off to the left side of Glassroot. Looks like that's Giesbrecht and McHale. Cuse wins it. That shot was fired wide by Beacom. Up against the glass with it is Hallett. Hallett able to get it in front, and now Hallett's going to have a chance. What a nice defensive stop in front there by Marley Webster to help keep that puck from getting in the air on Glassroot. Glassroot just had to simply put her glove down and was able to corral that one. So we mentioned Grace Glassroot has been up to the challenge so far. But, I mean, impressive stuff right there, too, from the defense. Marley Webster, a nice stop there to keep it. As Tervonen's in there with Peterson. Peterson and Tervonen facing off, and that one's going to be won by Cuse. White with it. Gets it out to the point to Beacom. With it is Darcy. Darcy fires. It's blocked by her own teammate in Trudeau. Eagles unable to get it out of there. Now up, they might be able to there with Giesbrecht, but she's not able to get it. Webster, after that shot by Beacom, unable to get it, and now it looks like we're going to get it out of the zone, as that's Makavakis. Back on the offensive end. Oh, the Eagles might have a chance here. That's Peterson. Peterson gets it out. That shot's fired just wide of the net. But number 21, Jody Rose, still keeping it in the zone. What a nice shot there, Makavakis. Selena Makavakis with a nice shot there. It's corralled by Kelly. Just under 5 minutes remaining in the first period. Eagles with their second offensive draw of the game. Tristan Curry in the circle against Sarah Thompson. And Eagles almost able to win that one away. Curry tried to get something there. Devlin now with it in the corner, taken away by Cuse. Nope, that one's going to jump in the air. Wysocki's got it. Over to Ammons. Ammons at the point. Ammons down low to Curry. Curry trying to get it over to Wysocki. She is smacked hard into the boards by Langenfels, and now down the ice it comes. Jody Rose going to go grab it for the Eagles. Nice offensive rush there over the last 30 seconds or so by the Eagles, and some fancy footwork by Danny Ammons. Up the middle with it comes Devlin. Devlin recorrals, blocked in front by Langenfeld. Other way coming with it, Cuse. Up the right side, Langenfeld gets it over to Null. Null with it in the middle of the zone, and that goes out of play. So we'll have a neutral zone draw here for the Eagles. 4:16 remaining in the first period. We are tied up at 0 apiece still. Lots of shots for Syracuse to potentially take the lead, but Grace Glassroot in this Eagles defense has been up to the challenge. Holmes taking the draw with Grom. It's won by the Eagles and then dumped deep into the zone by them. Kelly gets it back there to help settle it down for Cuse, and back the other way comes Holmes with it. Holmes over to Todd. Mick Todd, who started today's game, and all over her is Grom trying to take it away and get an odd man rush the other way. Unable to. Hallett in the back of the zone. Dumps that one in deep. Holmes touches it. Glassroot's going to just take that one safely. No shot there, but Glassroot doing the right thing. Don't allow Syracuse to rush into the zone and get a rebound. If you allow that to go off the pads or have a bad turnover deep in the zone. Tervonen with it. She's going to end up winning the face-off, and that one's fired in front of the net, blocked. Hallett with the shot, that was blocked, and now wrapping around with it is White. Glassroot, the nice post save. A post-side save for the post goalkeeper. The 5'6" senior from Delano, Minnesota, whose brother has joined somebody related to her, potentially brother, has joined the men's ice hockey team this year, and Tanner Glassroot, the men's team, will be getting underway in a few weeks. Down the ice with it are the Eagles. They're trying to get it out of their defensive zone, and they do. Oh, what a nice takedown there. Hallett on defense as Noonan was coming in hard and fast, and I actually think we're getting a penalty here. Yeah, we're going to get a 2-minute penalty here for so that's going to be number 22, Charlotte Hallett, with the interference call. And Eagles will take the draw. Eagles on the offensive end. Shot there by Pitter, blocked. It's up against the glass. Eagles unable to dig it loose. If you're Syracuse, this is good for you in terms of running off the clock a little bit. But digging it out is Noonan. Shot fired there by Noonan is blocked in front. Eagles still controlling. This has been a good power play so far if you're the Eagles. They've been controlling it for about 45 seconds in their own zone. Noonan over into the corner. That's Mikavakis. Back up top to Pitter. Pitter passed it over to Desai, and it was blocked. And Syracuse just not able to get it out of the zone. Peterson now. They're going to get a change for the Eagles. It looks like Desai now with it behind the net. Eagles getting whatever they want right now in terms of spacing. And now that's number 18, Mikavakis once again. Back out to the point to Ulandar. Over into the corner, Mikavakis. Back up top to Casey. Down low again to Noonan. Noonan firing it into the corner. No shots yet so far since they dropped the puck after the faceoff. As that's Mikavakis in the corner, and then Noonan digs it out. Once again, it goes to Ulandar. And that one's fired by Ulandar, and that one's going to be stopped by Kelly. It was actually Mikavakis who was able to get a piece of it. Noonan now, blocked shot, and over there was Peterson, just not able to corral it. Back up top with it is Webster. Udelar was not able to grab it and then was able to get it over into the corner to Noonan, and now it's up against the wall. Teslack, a bunch of Syracuse as the penalty is now over. A minute remaining in the first period here. So the power play, nothing doing for the Eagles. They had a few shot opportunities, but they've really controlled the last couple of minutes, of course, being on that odd man attack. Cuse looking to see if they can do something in the final minute. 1 minute remaining. Teravonen over to Teslack. Teslack dumping it in deep, and it looks like we're going to get a change for Cuse because they never got one after that defensive stand for the better part of 2 minutes. We haven't had the stoppage for a while. 45 seconds remaining, and down comes Langenfelds with it. Langenfelds unable to get anything going with it. And then over with it is her again. Eagles trying to dig it loose. Holmes is going to get it in the neutral zone, and they'll play on here in the back of the ice. 30 seconds left, and Mick Todd now with it. Todd dumps it in. Eagles right there to get it. Defense of the Eagles, like I've said, been very strong so far. It's now up against the wall. The Eagles probably just hoping they can run out the rest of this, get to the locker room, get a breather, come back out. You have some great momentum at the end of this first period after that power play opportunity, showing that they can fly with these Orange right now in terms of what they can do. Still fighting for it, and now it's just going to be the Eagles dumping it out. A shot after the horn there by Alexandria Weiss. And so at the end of one period, we'll have a 15-minute intermission coming up. Post University and Syracuse University tied up at 0 after one. We'll get you some stats in between periods coming up. But for now, we're going to take it to a commercial break here on the Nest Network, brought to you by the CACC Network, streaming live on the CACC Network and YouTube right now.
champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
In a country where 1 in 5 people are affected by a mental health condition, it's time for all of us to step up and change the conversation.
We all have stress in our lives and manage it in different ways.
Grades,
finances,
practice,
family,
games,
finals,
homework,
playing time,
friends,
midterms,
treatment, studying,
sleep,
time for me.
We don't have to find the balance on our own.
It's okay not to be okay.
We're all in this together.
People can and do get better.
Caring about one another can be your competitive advantage.
Communicate.
Be aware.
Show compassion.
Be a champion for each other.
Hope starts with you.
Hope starts with me.
Hope starts with us. We are CACC student athletes, and we are breaking the stigma.
The NCAA has nearly 500,000 student-athletes from more than 1,200 member schools and conferences. There are more than 19,000 teams competing for 90 championships in 24 sports across 3 divisions. Division II has more than 124,000 student-athletes from over 302 colleges and universities. The division offers athletic scholarships while balancing a collegiate athletic environment that encourages student-athletes to discover and pursue what they love. The annual NCAA convention is where Division II members implement new rules. Delegates from every school and conference gather to discuss and vote on each proposal. Each eligible school, conference office, and the Student-Athlete Advisory Committee hold one vote. New rules in Division II can originate in one of 2 ways. A majority of proposals start in Division II committees. Those groups, comprised of representatives from member schools or conferences, debate concepts and forward recommendations to the Division's Management Council and President's Council. The Division II Management Council reviews each proposal from the committees, makes recommendations, and forwards them to the President's Council. The President's Council, composed of college presidents and chancellors, is the top leadership group in Division II. Its primary function is to establish and direct general policy and strategic direction for the division. It is the only group within the governance structure that can sponsor legislation for a vote at convention on its own. New rules can also be proposed directly from Division II members. If 15 active Division II schools or 2 conferences sign on as sponsors, the proposal will be voted on by the entire Division II membership, no matter what position the division's committees and councils take. Through the legislative process, the Division II membership and its representatives enact change across the division.
Welcome back inside the Connecticut Sports Center. As we get ready for period number 2 of action, we apologize as well. The live stats don't seem to be working right now with the internet here in the arena. So we have the numbers for you right now. After 1 period, Allie Kelly made 3 saves. Grace Glassrud, 16 saves for your Eagles. 6 block shots for the Orange, 5 for the Eagles. No goals on the board. Just 1 penalty so far, and it went to Charlotte Hallett, 2 minutes for interference at 16:39 in the first. But otherwise, coming into this second period, you got to be feeling pretty good if you're the Eagles. Tie game here against Cuse, and they win the faceoff. So let's see if the Eagles can continue to swing momentum in their favor. They had a really strong opening period. I shouldn't say the entire period, but the end of the first period was really solidly in their favor in terms of you have that power play, and then defensively they played very strong. And on top of defensively, even in the 5-on-5 down the stretch, they had opportunities. As look at the speed right there from Giesbrecht, that she's able to stop it. Todd gets a nice block on that pass that was trying to go down the ice, but the Eagles stay in control. That's Makeva Kiss. We've been calling her name a lot today. She's had a few opportunities in the offensive end. Tervonen with it. Langefels now down the left side of the ice. Keep in mind now, too, with it being the second period, both teams' benches are closer to their opposing goals. So Syracuse, being a little bit of the faster team in terms of speed from what we've seen so far, could benefit them very much so offensively in terms of getting those changes. But right now we've seen a very strong Eagles defense. That was a nice shot right there by White, and Glassrud's able to get a blocker on it. Keep this game scoreless. Weiss, and in front there was an Orange falling to the ice. I believe that was Trudeau. Eagles able to just clear it in deep. No icing there, so they'll be able to get a good change. Again, this is going to be the critical difference in this period. You have to go a little bit farther if you're the defense to make that change. So if you want to, you have to try and wash that puck down the ice without having it be an icing call, because then you can't get off the ice. McHale now with it, and it's taken away by the Eagles. Rose, Jody Rose, that is. Number 21 is Eagles continuing to just show a lot on defense right now as Teslack gets it. It's back in deep behind the net for Knoll. Eagles fighting for it, kind of in a zone that we're unable to see right now. Now back with this McHale. Nice bump in front, though, there by Curry. Knocks it back out to the boards. Over on the left side right here, who just had the puck, that was Wysocki, and it's knocked down low. Teslack now with it on the defensive end, being hounded over there by Jet Devlin. Freshman making her mark in this game. Again, the Eagles have not scored a goal yet this year, but they have put up quite the fight through the first period of play against this Syracuse team. A Power 5 school taking on the Newha Conference Eagles. Offensively now, the Eagles with it, trying to get something going as Fiala is draped all over and still knocking her to the ice. Fiala is against Patfield. Eagles controlling now on the defensive end. Probably going to see if they can get a few new bodies on the ice. Taking their time with it as right there is Todd. That's nearly a turnover in front. Actually mistaken Glassroot's stick for the puck for a second there, the end of it with the tape. And it's knocked loose by Luckman. Again, that's the way you got to do it if you want to get a change this period. And you got to play very strategically in terms of how you're going to do it. Hitter now with it, taken away by Holmes. Oh, there's one that got through the legs of the Eagle defense, and Trudeau is able to get a shot on Glassroot, and another shot on Glassroot, but she continues to impress in net so far. Luckman now out with it. Nothing doing right there. Eagles just going to let it go. Don't want to waste too much energy again too early in the period, but also, you know, with those odd man rushes in terms of you don't have the advantage on it, this is a good opportunity right here as you see the puck sliding down the ice to get that change that they do. All new set of legs coming back out on the ice for the Eagles, who now have the puck in the middle of the zone. Now it's on the defensive end if you're Cuse. In the back of it with it is Doherty. Doherty pushes it ahead into the neutral zone. Over there to try and grab it. Udelar's not able to get there. Orange now with it in neutral zone once again. Tervonen now. As she gets off the ice, a fresh pair of skates coming on for Syracuse, who's able to get it. Beacom with it, but it's back around the net. And Marley Webster going to be there to fight McHale. Two going on, and now it's back at the point. That one's going to be shot on net by Darcy, knocked loose. And in front of it to try and get a rebound was Uliaz, but she was unable to. Eagles with it once again. Pushing back is Webster, and now down the other end of the ice. Oh, here we go. Kelly, oh, nearly an opportunity there for Macy Peterson. Nobody was really down there. And then it just kind of caromed off of a Cuse defender. Peterson was there. Kelly came out just enough to grab it before Peterson could get a one-on-one opportunity against her. Just under 15 minutes remaining here, 14:59. We're tied up at 0 still. Eagles win the faceoff. Webster with a shot redirected in front. It was blocked by Mick Todd. Cuse now still with it on the defensive end. The Eagles hounding all over them with Noonan. They're able to get it back, and that's number 12. Macy Peterson once again. Eagles still threatening. Noonan able to get it out, and they'll try and reset. Webster tries to dump it in deep, can't do so. Noonan tries to dump it in deep, can't do so either, and Todd takes it away. Back out to the neutral zone. One person to beat, she's unable to, in Johal. Johal pushes it in deep as it looks like that was actually Weiss who pushed it in. Eagles back with it, trying to push the other way, and that's going to be Peterson. Peterson tried to push it in deep. Kelly's going to get it behind the net, and oh, there, look at that. The Eagles come in quick with it. It's McKavakis. But nothing to do there as Cuse had all their defenders back, and now it's going to be pushed back in deep. They tried to at least. Teslack blocked Ammon's attempt to get it in deep. Curry now behind the net, pushes it in front, unable to. Devlin now with it. And that looks like it's going to be Wysocki, but now it's going to be right back to Cuse once again. Eagles, though, doing a very good job in this game of getting some open space and now getting some more opportunities against this Cuse Defense, Ulias comes in with it. Glassrud, save. 13:30 to go here in the second period. Knoll tries to get it, unable to do so. It's back around the net. Danny Ammons. Ammons now. We're going the other way with it. Cuse corrals it. Teslak. And now that's going to be Fiala. Down the side of the ice. Here comes Tervonen. Tervonen, shot, saved by Glassrud. Tervonen came in really fast on Glassrud, and Grace Glassrud. All the answers right now in net. Again, these two teams faced off last year, and it wasn't even close. And right now, we are almost halfway through the second period in a scoreless contest. So big strides in Gretchen Silverman's second year at the helm for Post University, and we've seen it through these first 2.5 games so far. Regardless of this team being 0-2, you're seeing a lot of great performances out of this defense right now, and they're getting more chances on offense, especially as they wore down in that first period and towards the second now, as slipping up there is Desai. Kelly back behind the net tries to slow it down, and back with it come Cuse with Hallett up the side, and then right there to try and grab it is Desai. Thompson, everybody rushing in for Cuse, and they're able to get it out. They're trying to just bounce that one in deep. It's a nice slow roller, and that's what's key here, because you're on the opposite end of the ice if you need to change in terms of when you're on defense versus offense. A great job there to just kind of get it in deep, get some fresh skaters out there if you're the Eagles, as that one is going to be an icing. And we have an offensive zone draw coming up for your Eagles. Another big offensive opportunity here. Can the Eagles capitalize on it and get something working here? Again, if you're just joining us here, the third game of the season, the first at home for your Post University Eagles, tied up at 0-0 against Syracuse University, a Power 5 school coming in to the Sports Center of Connecticut, as that one shot by Noonan, blocked in front. Eagles still controlling it deep. That one shot there by Peterson, unable to get it by Kelly. Webster now against the back wall. Goes to Noonan. Noonan's got it. They're trying to get something going, but again, Cuse able to shut it down. Defense starting to push back out more, which makes sense. You don't want to lose those legs. That was not nearly a turnover there, as Noonan was right there. Good bump in front, but now it's going to be Ternoven. One-on-one with Webster, and Glassrud is able to just kind of bump that shot just a little bit wide. Back the other way now with it. Peterson trying to do something. We might have a 3-on-1 here, folks. And down come the ice. It's a little bit of a slower rush, though, for the Eagles, as they got some tired legs. Noonan shot. Got a little under, unable to do anything with it. Back comes Cuse with it. Thompson with it in front. Gets it off. That's Ulias. No, sorry, Knoll. Knoll with the shot. Glassrud with the save. Eagles continuing to fight. We're almost halfway through the second period, and we're still scoreless. We got a face-off to the left side. It's going to be Curry against Thompson. Eagles win it, and here we go, back on the offensive end, or at least trying to anyways, as that's going to be a turnover on the defensive side, and behind the net with it is Knoll. Knoll trying to get it in front. Oh, that's going to be a dangerous one, but Eagles able to get it out of there. Again, this defense coming up strong. Wysocki down the right side of the ice. Going to behind the net, seeing what she can find out up top. She looks fresh out there for the Eagles. That's going to be Curry. Curry out to the point at Ammons. Ammons blocked in front. Curry redirects it towards the goal. Cuse able to corral it over there in the corner. Eagles still fighting for it. Can't quite see the number on this angle. Looks like that's Holmes who's fighting for it. And now out with it was number 23, Marielle McHale, but she slowed down pretty quickly there. And now back with it comes Ammons. Ammons flying into the zone. Ammons shot, saved by Kelly. So in their two matchups last November in Syracuse, Eagles lost 10-0 and 6-1. That's 10-0 and 6-1. The second period was the big period for Cuse in both of those games. So right now, Can they limit that second period magic that Cuse had last year? That one's redirected in front. Goes just wide of Kelly in net. Joe Hall over to corral it. Eagles defense goes to fall back the side. Eagles, though, with it. They can't cross the zone yet. Now they can. Here it is. 16 Patfield. Shot saved by Kelly. And now the Cuse defense trying to come out. Fresh legs. Todd gets it over to Joe Hall. Joe Hall not able to do anything with it, but now it's right back over to Holmes. Holmes in the corner. Tries to get it in front. She does. Oh, what a nice stick move. Glassrood. What a save. Oh, no, it's still loose. But now she's got it. Joe Hall with a nice behind. It looked like between the legs, behind the back shot. Fancy puck work there in front, but Glassrood. Phenomenal save once again. And then it was loose behind her legs. So that one almost squirted through Grace Glassrood's legs, but doesn't. The Eagle defense right there to stop anything. And we come to that media timeout at 9:34 remaining. And folks, keep in mind too, with it being a scoreless game, it is only the second period. Plenty of time for either team to score. There would be a 3-on-3 overtime, 5 minutes, and if no one scored, this would be just ruled as a tie. Both these teams will come back here as well tomorrow and face off against each other once again. And with the way this matchup is going, folks, we're looking at a great 2-game series this week for the Eagles. I mean, and you got to think no matter what the outcome of today's game is, adjustments will be made on both sides. Lines will be changed on both sides. We saw it for the Eagles last weekend. They lost 5-0 in their first game of the year and come back and only lose 2-0 the next day against the same exact Mercyhurst team, who started pretty much the same exact squad. Eagles only have one person that they can scratch each game, too. So you're pretty much going to see the same people out there game in and game out. That's Noonan fighting Tervonen for the faceoff win. I mean, look at these Eagle offensive players in front. That was Makavakis. Again, we've said her name a lot. She's been all over the ice trying to get something doing. And I tell you, these timeouts have really been helpful for the Eagles, trying to get something in deep. You see, though, how fresh they look. Syracuse seems to be finding their footing on this ice as well, though. And how can they continue to keep up the speed? Teslak, shot, blocked in front. The Eagles defense, oh, what a nice shot opportunity there for Teslak. Unable to get it to go. So 2 more shots there. Grace Glassrood, not today. 0-0 still. 9 minutes and change to go. Second period. Tervonen in the circle with Curry, and that one's going to be dug out by the Eagles. Yep, the Eagles will win that one. Curry with it, who just took that face off and is just going to push that around the net. The other way with it. Oh, look at it. Who's flying in for the Eagles there? Devlin. Jet Devlin turning on the Jets to get it in deep. Wysocki behind the net. Wrap around. Kelly save. Julia Wysocki, number 27 for the Eagles, with a nice wraparound shot on Kelly there. Kelly had the blocker there ready to go, though. We remain scoreless here. Curry taking the face-off against Tervonen. Cuse wins it, but Wysocki able to knock it down. It's going to get past the blue line, though, so they would need to get back over the blue line. They do. Cuse controls behind the net. That's Darcy with it. Shoots it down the ice. Jody Rose now with it for the Eagles. Pushing it through the neutral zone is Wysocki, trying to find Jet Devlin in the middle, but it goes off of the Cuse defender right there. That looks like it's, yep, that's Beacom, and now it's behind the net once again. Trying to get something working here on offense are the Eagles. Darcy behind the net. Wysocki now with it. That's Devlin again. Back out to the point to Ammons. Ammons now pushing it in deep. Giesbrecht around the back of the net. Eagles everywhere. Jet Devlin out to Jody Rose. Rose passes on the shot. And gets it over to Devlin again. Now Rose doesn't pass up. It goes in deep. Tried to push it back towards the middle. I can't see the number on her right there. It looks like that's number 8. Yeah, that's Giesbrecht, who now has the puck at center ice again. Get a little bit of a change here. The Eagles now have all of a sudden started to control the pace of play and have been doing a lot more on the offensive end. especially since that timeout occurred. But now here comes Syracuse. They're just going to get a change as Ulias dumps that one in deep. Fresh set of legs out for Syracuse in the offensive end of the ice. Oh, but now we might have a 2-on-1 there. Oh, a nice change there as number 12, Langfelds, came out, was able to stop. It would have been a 2-on-1 rush. And now Langfelds up to Joe Hall. Joe Hall taken down. That's going to be a penalty. That's going to be on Sajal Desai. We'll wait for the call at 7:04. 7:04 is the penalty. So it looks like it's going to be a tripping call. We'll take it here on the left side. Thompson with Grom. Wait for the official word on that, Langfelds. So now the penalty kill. Penalty kill, though, here, about 30 seconds gone by already as the Eagles already dumped it out once. Udelar back there. That's Casey Van Den